everyone, it's me Jenny, and this, as you can tell by the fact that I'm in front of the old bookcase, is another vlog type thing for a benchmark, and this benchmark is 350 subscribers, which is amazing. I couldn't possibly imagine reaching this many people, and when I think about the number of people in terms of if they were all in one space, it makes my mind explode. I'm so impressed that so many of you like my stuff and are willing to click that little button which says I would like more of this stuff. And as a big thank you, I asked you all for your questions, and I will do my best to answer as many of them as possible. And I apologise in advance for butchering all of your usernames. In order to make this video as streamlined as possible, I've divided them into sections, and the first one is random questions. So going from the beginning, Liam Brenowit, he asked, what is your name, what is your quest, and what is the speed velocity of an unladen swallow? My name is Jenny. My quest at the moment is to film this video, and the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow, I don't know, you'll have to watch Monty Python. Jacob60617 asked what my favourite colour is. I don't really have a favourite colour. I mean, I like to wear blue, but I think for the most part I like colours that are the colour they're meant to be. For example, if grass is green, I'm happy. If grass is brown, less so. Victor F. Santana asked, what is my favourite song? I don't really have a favourite song. Music, like movies, it really depends on my mood, and it will change my mood depending on what I'm listening to. I have been rocking out a lot recently to Bastille. Big Virgo Tube asks, what is my favourite childhood toy? My favourite childhood toy would probably, to my shame, probably be one of the Barbies. I did collect them. At one point I had, I think, 14 Barbie dolls. And that included 2 versions of Rapunzel, a Sleeping Beauty, a Rainbow Princess, a Strawberry Princess, these 2 mermaids, 2 Ken, a couple of horses, a car and a motor scooter. I was rather obsessed with Barbies, and I apologise for what that may mean about my character. He also asks, what is my favourite candy? I'm assuming we're going with the American name for Sweeties. Favourite sweet, if we're going with a non-chocolate one. Not sponsored, but slightly obsessed. Mr. Humanity asks, what is the most unlikely / random talent? Tongue tricks. I can do several tongue tricks. I've also been teaching myself to start spit. Tours Times asks, if I had to have a face tattoo, what would I get? It'd be something very, very subtle and something very small that I'd probably hide from my hair. Probably some sort of little, I don't know, squiggly Celtic thing. Astion GMR asks, what is the most mind-blowing or influential realisation you've had since you finished high school? Since I finished secondary school, I haven't really had that many realisations. I think probably the one that has affected me most is the concept that you're going to have a realisation every single day, that one spark, that moment of inspiration, and try and get as much of it kind of into a productive use at the time when you feel it, or else it just disappears. Okay, next section! Yay! This one is YouTube-based questions. Nate with a K 44 asks, could you do or point me to the basic premise of your channel and why you started it? Hi, I'm Jenny. The basic premise of my channel, and also Tiny Teddy, I love you Tiny Teddy, asks what made me start YouTube. I started YouTube for several reasons. My sisters really introduced me to what the Bach and actual YouTubers, and it was a community I wanted to get involved in. I was feeling a little bit uninspired, and it was something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to find something that I was passionate about, that I could talk about quite fluently, and that wouldn't involve me personally unless I chose to involve myself personally. This is Bam Bam Kaboosha belongs to the Parental Movie Club, and I thought it was something that I should try. And I started doing Movie Club, basically just movie reviews. Then around last year I started watching anime. I was about to start doing an anime show discussing anime and hadn't really worked out a structure for it, and then almost instantly SourceFed Nerd Anime Club came along. Watching an entire anime series a week is enough to make my brain kind of... But basically that's what I mostly do on this channel. I do movie reviews, anime reviews, and occasionally other random vlogs, and you know, this is my space, I can do what I like in it. And apparently 350 of you agree with that. Jonathan Rojo asks, do you plan on making YouTube your full-time job? And Big Virgo Tube, another one, asks, would you ever work for DeFranco Inc. if asked? The answer to those is, if I could make YouTube my full-time job, I would really kind of appreciate it. But when it comes to YouTube, I'm not even a partner yet. I keep on meaning to sign all the boxes, but at the moment this is a hobby. It's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that I really love, building this community and talking with my friends who I've met online about movies. But I don't honestly think I could make this into a job. I don't think DeFranco would ask me to become a host, and also I don't live in America. So all of those options against me. This is not something I'm going to quit. I really enjoy doing this. It's a really fun experience, and apparently you guys like it too. But it's definitely not something I would be able to, or I think would be a good idea as a job, at least at this point in my life. KSJ Hawk and I asked, where did I get the two-handed wave from? I'm not entirely sure. I think I watched some TV or movie when I was very, very young, and they did this. Like, bye-bye! I think I just picked that up. Next section! Woo! This is just on media and that sort of thing. Another one from Leon asks, what is my favourite genre of film / director? My favourite genre is probably fantasy or sci-fi. It's a way to explore internal problems in a very externalised way. And I love fantasy, I love lore, I love looking at all of the mythologies. So fantasy and sci-fi, and coming into that as well, my favourite director would probably be Joss Whedon, just because there isn't anything he's done that I haven't really enjoyed. I love his style, I love his perspective on life. I also have to give honourable mentions to, of course, Edgar Wright. James Blunt. What movie do you instantly bond with people over? Serenity is my go-to. I will immediately dock or give nerd points for people who have watched Serenity. I'm always surprised when I meet someone who claims to be a nerd and hasn't watched Serenity. If I'm watching or talking about a film with someone that I know and I like, and it's a film that we both know and like, we can bond over that. It doesn't have to be a specific film. He also asks, could I review Children of Men, Barton Fink, Casablanca? I might do. I don't have a lot of time, but I will put them on my to watch list, and if I do end up watching them and feel like I could do an adequate review, I will do that. What is my favourite movie, book or TV show? I've kind of already answered favourite movie. It's Serenity, although movies like music, it really does depend on my mood, who I'm with and what I'm doing. What is my favourite book? And that is an incredibly difficult question. Like movies, it really depends on my mood. But you know, you have to really subdivide books when you're talking about which is your favourite, because what's my favourite childhood franchise, and what's my favourite teenage franchise, and what's my favourite classic children's book, and what's my favourite children's art book, and what's my favourite children's picture book. If you hadn't guessed, I just recently had to have all of the attic books cleared, so my bedroom is full of my children's books. What's my favourite adult franchise? You know, what's my favourite Dickens? There are so many different options for what counts as my favourite book that it's very hard to say. I like experiencing different genres and different books. What is my ultimate favourite anime? From Dark Masher. And Scarlet K also asked the same thing, and my go-to is Madoka Magica. Although I do really like pretty much any anime that's been suggested to me by my sister's boyfriend, Persona 4, Princess Tutu, and any Studio Ghibli film. I haven't come across a Studio Ghibli film that I haven't found absolutely fantastic. Gallifreyan Justice. Awesome name, dude. Asks, are you a Doctor Who fan? Yes. If so, who's your favourite Doctor and favourite companion? I'm afraid I'm going to have to go with Tennant and Rose, because I love their dynamic, I love the story and how it built. Although Christopher Eccleston was my first Doctor, I found that Tennant is a really good bridge between Christopher Eccleston and Matt Smith. He's kind of a best of both worlds between those two characters, in my opinion. Although I have to say, the Matt Smith Doctor, when it developed those storylines, that's when the stories really got to an absolutely epic and amazing place. But the characters, I prefer the David Tennant Rose. Busy Skies asks, since you go by the name Classy Librarian, tell us what your favourite books are. I think I've already answered this one. Any comics or manga that you delve into? I have only read a couple of mangas, specifically the Medica Magica spin-off series. I also have read a couple of comics here and there. I used to borrow comics from the library. I love and have owned and will read again and again Watchmen, and both the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. They're just fantastic books. From the school library I remember reading Hellboy, which was brilliant, and Buffy. I love the Buffy comics, both the during the series was going on and season 8, although I haven't read season 9 or season 10 yet. They are on my to-read list. Scarlet K also asks, do you play any games, and what's your favourite TV show? Favourite TV show I think has already been answered somewhere along the line, but I do play games. I really do like in card games, particularly with my sisters at the pub or something like that. When it comes to video games and computer games, I played a couple of games as a child, things like Nightmare 3D, which was one of the originals along the same sort of lines as Doom, and there was of course Sims, SimCity. As an adult, I love Skyrim, but I like video games. I'm just very, very obsessive, so I find it difficult to actually complete a game without completely losing the fun. But I do enjoy it. Ben Forts asks, what's my favourite film adaptation? I love Austen adaptations, all of them. Some are worse than others, like the Billy Piper version of Mansfield Park is not at all like what the book should be. But similarly, the Lizzie Bennet Diaries is not at all like what the books are, but it's fantastic. I like adaptations in all forms. There are definitely some that are better than others, and again it depends on my mood. And next section, this one is on my personal life. All Tapped Out asks, why are you so cute? Because you have specifications in your mind of what define cute, and I apply to those rules. Tiny Teddy again. You don't have a band, right? Because if you don't, will you be my waifu? I will be your waifu, Ty, if it wasn't for the fact that you're such a flirt on AL. I don't feel like I would be, you know, it would just be the two of us. Another one from Big Virgo Tube. Can I clone a younger version of me and let that clone date you for a year? I think if you've managed to create age-altering cloning technology, use it for science and medical research. Like, you could completely own the market on organ donation and blood transfusions, as well as, you know, huge amounts of medical research. Do that. That would be a better use of your cloning technology. David McQueen, what's it like where you live? And it's very pretty and very green, and no complaints. It's very quiet. LJ Hartley, what would you want to be when you grow up? And also from Christopher Ware, what would your dream job be? And from Easy Chair Reviews, if you could do anything you wanted without having to worry about finance, etc., what would it be? And I think there's someone else asked, I don't know where the question's gone, but someone else asked about my travel plans and whether or not I've been out of England. Basically, if I had no problems financially, I'd like to go travelling. When it comes to places I have been out of England. I've been to Scotland, Wales, France, Holland, the Canary Islands, Madeira, Austria, Germany, Sentosa, Singapore, and Australia. I would love to go to America and New Zealand. Actually, I've never been to Paris, and I really, really want to go to Paris. What would I want to do when I grow up? What would my dream job be? I don't know. It's a question I've been asking myself for a very, very long time. I don't have anything set in stone or anything specific in mind. I just want to experiment and see what I'm good at. And that's about it. Thank you for all your questions, guys. This is really amazing. There's 350 of you. That's incredibly insane. Thank you so, so much. And feel free to comment and like and subscribe and favourite and all those amazing things that some of you do. And you guys are all awesome, and I don't really know how else to end this video. So, bye guys!